Hey, it's the radio guy, Dr. Mike Prince, and welcome to the SWAC Zone. SWAC Zone is another production of the Open Mic Broadcast Network. It is our mission to come to you each and every Thursday, once a week, 12 noon. We crank it up live. Join in by dialing 857-777-0000. We refer to that as our low-tech app. We're working on where you can even hyperlink this thing. We'll put it on the website. We have a live production such as a game, shows such as this. We even provide Sunday morning sermons at 10 a.m. All you have to do is hit that hyperlink, lock it in. But you can also dial it in and save it on your phone right now. 857-777-0000. As we kind of introduced last week, this show is going to be a show of spontaneity, a little laid back, not too laid back. You know, we still want to, do what we're supposed to do professionally and our due diligence on making sure that we cover facts, this, that, and the other. But a little fun. We'll have some guests. Last week we had Carlos James, head baseball coach for the Golden Lions. He's also color analyst for the football team, Golden Lions. They lost a real close game last week to Alabama A&M. Game was supposed to be played in St. Louis. The money wasn't right. And when the money ain't right, ain't nothing right. We got a few topics that we're going to touch on today. Of course, at least in my scope of things, the rumble in the jungle, if you would refer to it in that manner, between Prairie View and Southern University. Fines were laid out. Punishment, if you would, was laid out. But I kind of referred to one of the shows this week. I lose track of the days because we do produce something each and every day. I don't believe that the punishment was harsh enough. I reached out to the SWAC office, and, that was just simply going by the bylaws. And the bylaws indicate that when something like that happens, you are suspended for one game. And I understand all that, and I'm in total agreement with all of that. But when you look at the schedule for Prairie View and Southern, they're both playing non-conference opponents this week. And it is not punishment that's going to really have an impact. Yeah, you miss a game, but once again, it's not conference. If you miss a conference game, you're sending a message. You're drawing your line in the sand. You want to cut up, you want to act uncivilized, then this is the consequences. This is what you're going to have to deal with. And if you don't want to deal with it, then guess what? Don't do it. Because if you recall, I believe 2020, you had Texas Southern, I believe Jackson State it was, women's basketball, got in fisticuffs, And they were suspended for 2 games. And if you really want to get technical, those 2 games were critical for Texas Southern. Some will go as far as to say that it cost them an opportunity to win the conference battle. But guess what? That's the price you have to pay when you step out of the decorum of what higher education and Division I student athletes are supposed to be. And like I said, I'm all for the rivalry. You know, I'm all for standing your ground. I'm all, you know, I didn't do much smack talking, but, you know, you talk your smack. I'll square up with you on the field. That's what you want to do. That's how you know, get yourself together. Everybody gets themselves together differently. And when you count up the cost, there wasn't really no punishment for neither Prairie View nor Southern. And I'll stand on that. I'll stand on that. I'm PV bound, PV proud. And I had a few people respond to my daily Mike Prince show, and they went as far as to say that they should have been suspended for a year, the rest of the season. Now let's put this in perspective. This wasn't just no push and tug and wrestling. These were melees on an educational premises. And if these were regular student athletes, there would have been exposures. There would have been, hey, you can't come here no more. You're going to have to take that somewhere else. But people would have been kicked out of school if these had not been student athletes. And your student athletes are supposed to be the cream of the crop. They're representing your university. They're representing the values of what your institutional grounds are. In the case of Prairie View produces productive people. And when you really look at it, folks on the outside looking in would say, you know what? Those people, and y'all know what I'm talking about when I say those people, don't know how to behave. Why should I invest or send my money in that path? I like I said, and I'm not trying to be over the top, overcritical. You know, I was young, and, you know, I understand you get emotion. I get it. I enjoyed a good tussle back in the day. But, you know, the future could be, I'm just saying could be. I can go get some guys off the campus, throw some jerseys on them in the pregame and say, look, I need you to go and mess with these key players, that key player, that key player. Get them in all kind of shape. And looking at the schedule, you playing that strategically, and you can go on. Now, I know I'm stepping way out and beyond on this, but come on, man. We got to do better. Because guess who Prairie View has next after Lamar? Bethune-Cookman. Homecoming. Oh, yeah, I bet you would have sent a message then. I'm sorry, young man, but you're going to miss not only this non-conference game, because it is that, what, a non-conference game. This is not even a payday. This is a home and home. Tell you what, young man, you're going to miss this week and next week. That's what we're going to do for you. And guess who Southern has After they play Virginia, Lynchburg, Jackson State. Oh my. The stakes have gotten high now, haven't they? They've gotten extremely high. And that's what happens when you step out of bounds. What happens when you get on your job and your boss says, hey, man, this is terrible. This is crap over. And throws it back in your face and say, go get it right. You going to fight him? You going to fight her? You going to collect yourself and do what needs to be done. But enough of that. Enough of that. Prairie View will be on the road this weekend in Beaumont, Texas. Kickoff will be at 4 p.m. You can listen live to that game right here at the Open Mic Broadcast Network. Pre-game show starts at 3:30 Central Standard Time. Get a chance to listen to Andre Davis and yours truly as we give the play-by-play as things unfold. You can join in live by dialing the 857-777-0000 phone number. Check out the Panthers go and try and do their thing in Beaumont, Texas. We have the after party, the 1876 after party's post-game show. We'll cover the ins and the outs of a game that was. Get you caught up on scores and everything else. It's all about that SWAC love. It's all about that Panther love. It's all about taking care of business. I'm going to take a small little dip and break, pause for the calls, and we're going to come back and we're going to talk about the hottest coach in the Southwestern Athletic Conference. Do I need to say who it is? Y'all got the picture. We'll be right back. All right. It's the radio guy, Dr. Mike Prince. Welcome. I had to take a little water break, get some things going. We normally have a guest with the things that have been going on and how we trying to handle up on some certain things, getting ready for this game this week. So much going on in such little time. We're going to fly a little solo today. But be sure to join us each and every week as we try to work through some things and sort out the ins and the outs of the Southwestern Athletic Conference. I told you about the hottest coach throughout the Southwestern Athletic Conference, none other than Coach Deion Sanders. Now, Deion Sanders has done his thing in spite of. What are you saying, Mike? Well, you know, if you've kept up with his career, Deion Sanders is a master mouthpiece. He is a hype guy. And if you let him, he will talk you out of your game. That's been his MO since I've heard of him, from FSU, Atlanta, 49ers, Cowboys, the Ravens, and that Washington club. That's what he's done. And that's what he's doing today. Now, can you get upset at Deion Sanders? Nah. What upsets me is there are so many naive individuals who have said Deion Sanders has saved the SWAC. has rescued the SWAC. And I'm going to have to agree to disagree with that statement. Has he brought some attention? No doubt about it. No doubt about it. That was part of the package. You knew that was going to come. Now, to say that Deion Sanders has resurrected the Southwestern Athletic Conference, that's a pretty bold statement when you look at the quality of play and the quality of coaching that has been throughout this entire conference for well over 100 years now. You know, Deion's doing his thing, talking about possibly going to the FBS. Well, you know, Jackson State has been talking about that. Grambling, Southern, Prairie View has been talking about that for years. Me personally, I don't think it is worth the financial commitment to jump to that FBS because you're going to be in that lower tier of the FBS with the way things definitely have been restructured right now. These TV deals, and yeah, everybody's sweating TV deals, and I've been an advocate for a much better TV deal. ESPN has dogged us out for years. They have dogged us out for years, and we've been liking it. We're on TV. Man, save me with that. But I'm not going to even get off into that right now. I promise you. I'm going to leave that alone. But back to Coach Sanders. He's promoting his players. He's promoting his institution. And he's promoting his brand. Can you really be upset with him about that? All of us have a brand. All of us. It's just a matter of how you market your brand. If you want to be worldwide, then you got to have a worldwide game plan. If you want to be nationwide, you got to have a nationwide game plan. If you want to be regional, local, whichever level you want to be on, you got to have a plan. Because if you don't have a plan, you're going to fail every time. Now, can you get upset when Sanders leaves for an FBS program? You should. Because any of you in your right mind, you would jump at that opportunity, especially if that's what you desire to do. You're not just chasing the money, but the money does make it a little bit more enticing. You mean you're going to pay me this amount to do something that I love doing? That's like cheating. I'll take it. Now, of course, he's a hot topic. Poor people at Auburn, bring on Deion. You still have a coach. With Georgia Tech, so school somewhere in the Big 12, I believe. Like I said, I'm not really keeping up with all of that, but it is SWAC related to a degree. And I'm about to put something out here. And you might not like it. I know you're not going to like it, especially if you're a Jackson State fan support. And you definitely might not even agree with it. What if Mr. Hunter was really not injured Or if he was injured, he wasn't that injured. And then he's just going to ride this out. He got a nice NIL deal. And wherever Sanders go, he's sure to follow. And he'll have 4 seasons. Because you know you have a 4-game limit as a freshman. And if you don't play 4 games, guess what? Your eligibility transitions over to the next year. And if Deion lands at an Auburn, guess who else is going to be at Auburn? So it could be part of the master plan. That's just a little speculation, Bub. I don't have any roots or evidence on that, but just logical reason. Could be, or it could be not. If you had the opportunity to have Deion Sanders coach your team, would you do it? Would you do it? Jackson State is going to have a, I guess, marginal challenge. They'll be taking on Campbell, representatives of the Big South. They're 4-2 right now. I personally think Jackson State's going to handle them. But it's a non-conference challenge. And it'll be very interesting to see how Jackson State handles up on that. I'm very, very excited about that one. Just to see how that was going to unfold. I think that's a 1 o'clock, 2 o'clock kickoff for Campbell. That's homecoming for Jackson State, if I'm not mistaken. So that'll be pretty cool. Pretty cool. Go get them, Tigers. JSUV, I love. I think that's how it goes. Also, the city council in Jackson has approved funding for a new campus stadium for Jackson State. Now here comes another. What in the heck are you talking about, Mike? It is obvious that Jackson State is a hot commodity right now. Can't question that. No argument at all. However, there's a time and season for everything. And it would be, from my humble opinion, an ill-advised move to build an on-campus stadium greater than 15,000 seats. Ideally, I would prefer a 12,000 to 10,000 seat stadium. But I do understand the 15,000 seat stadium capacity, because if you are to go to the FBS level, the next, or the size of your stadium has to be a minimum of 15,000. But let's look at the big picture of everything. Everybody is streaming. Everybody is on some form of television. And if you have a huge stadium that will be filled maybe 50% of the times of your home events, homecoming, and maybe one of your top rivals that come in every other year, that's not a good look for your brand on the television. Look around. It's not just FCS. FBS are having problems as well. But I'm going to keep it at home. Keep it at home. If I'm trying to recruit people, tell them this is the place they ought to be, and we're playing on a Thursday night, a Friday night, or even a Saturday night, and the east side of the stadium, because most stadiums are built with the end zones going from north to south, in the east, which some prefer to as the visitor side, is empty as all get out. Straight up empty. Who are you going to win over? What recruit? What potential sponsor? Oh, yeah, I'll drop a few $100,000 into a half-attended stadium. My theory is this. You make that seat, that ticket, a must-have by supply and demand. If I got a smaller venue and the perfect formula for me that your stadium should be maybe twice the size of your student body. Let it be that. And that would be a good deal. Now, you can still have a heck of a facility. It doesn't, just because it's not that big. You have home field advantage, and you can structurally put that thing where it's state of the art, and you don't have to worry about anything as far as, amenities and drawing that potential student athlete. Because according to the quote-unquote experts, it's all about the facilities and it's all about the uniforms. They want to look good when they play. They want to play in a nice place, and I'm great with that. But I think one of the most important things, beyond facilities, beyond uniforms, is a training table, a solid weight training program, a meal nutritional program that can build these young men and women to be the very best that they can be on any given day, not just any given Saturday, but any given day, because they're not going to play forever. Times will change, and you want to help them develop some productive and successful eating habits and things of that nature. So we'll see how it goes. A whole lot to get caught up on, and a whole lot to take in at one time. Talked about a few games that were coming up on this weekend, some of significance, and help shaping out what's going to be. And I want to address at least one of them when I come back. I'm going to take another quick little break, and we'll continue on with the SWAC Zone here at the Open Mic Broadcast Network. Keep it right where you got it. We'll be right back. All right, welcome back. Mike Prince here with you on the SWAC Zone. Halfway through our scheduled time. We might not see it all the way through on this week because we don't have a guest scheduled for this week. But we will stay consistent with it. Let us know what you guys think about it. Don't forget you can join us live. 857-777-0000. We're going to be taking some phone calls, get your feedback in on some things, and go for the gusto. We talked about some games coming up. Jackson State playing Campbell. Southern playing Virginia Lynchburg. Prairie View taking on Lamar. There's going to be a very interesting game taking place in Lorman, Mississippi. It's homecoming on the reservation. And Alcorn has always had a very competitive program. And some of the conditions were not ideal. But Coach McNair continues to wade through the water and make things happen. One of the greatest coaching minds in football, not just SWAC or the FCS. The man is brilliant at rallying his team, recruiting, and just keeping a program intact. And, I mean, no matter what happens, players come, players go, Alcorn is always in the mix. And they are tough. They ran the East for quite some time, but with the addition of Bethune and Sam, they're now over on the west side. And it's business as usual. They're hosting Texas Southern. Texas Southern has by far one of the top quarterbacks in the conference, in the likes of Mr. Andrew Body. He's the real deal, ladies and gentlemen. If you had not witnessed this young man play, he is the real deal. It is homecoming. It is Alcorn being Alcorn. But something is telling me Texas Southern just might win this game. For the first time in a long time, and under the reins of Coach McKinney, this far in the season, Texas Southern is legitimately still alive to win the West. With everything that took place between Alcorn and Southern and Prairie View, and what Texas Southern was able to do to Southern, they're only one game back. And when you got a quarterback, if I were to go up and down the tail of the tape, these guys are really closer than what you would think. When it comes to offensive line play, I would give a slight edge to Alcorn. When it comes to defensive line play, that's almost like a pick'em as far as I'm concerned. When it comes to running backs, I'm going to give it to Alcorn. When it comes to receivers, I'm leaning toward Texas Southern. When it comes to quarterback play, I'm leaning towards Texas Southern. As far as special teams, it's a pickle. Don't be surprised if Texas Southern steals this one to make things even more complicated in the Western Division of the Southwestern Athletic Conference. Don't be surprised. I don't know why I have the strong feeling about this thing. No, it's not anything that I've eaten. I'm just feeling this one for whatever reason. I'm just feeling this one. Texas Southern just might pull this thing out. I could be totally out of left field somewhere. That's why they play the game. That's exactly why they play the game. And on the HBCU Go broadcast, you're going to have Mississippi Valley and Bethune-Cookman. This game is going to be interesting. It's going to be interesting. You can listen to that broadcast also by way of the G-Line, Mr. Lee Hall, and the phone radio broadcast. Lee Hall, the voice of the Delta Devils, and does an outstanding job. Greenwood is gline.com. Go and check that out. But that game, I try to ride with Valley, man. And every time I pick Valley in my pick'ems, they let me down. Bethune-Cookman been up and down. But somebody's got to win this game, right? And I'm going to leave this one at a pick'em. I'm not going to get entangled at all because I don't know, man. I don't know. And Valley's at home for this one. As a matter of fact, I think it's homecoming for Valley as well. Bethune-Cookman has been the guest for a lot of homecomings. They're going to be homecoming guests for Prairie View on the 29th, which will be next week. Check that game out as well. Right here at the Open Mic Broadcast Network. The Southwestern Athletic Conference. It's none like it. You can have your Big 12s, Big 10, Pac-12s, SEC, ACC. No doubt about it. Those are big boy brains. They do their thing. But they don't do it like we do it in the SWAC. That's why we don't have to do what they do. Do what we do. And let's let it keep doing what it does. When the dust has settled, we shall be standing and standing tall. Because that's how we do it. I'm getting ready to shoot up on out of here, man. This has been pretty cool. I like this. We'll work on a guest for next week, so I don't have to bore you all with my thoughts and commentary. You can follow me on Twitter at the Mike Prince Show. Subscribe to the YouTube channel. As a matter of fact, I came across a new app through my phone, and I was kind of messing around with a song. What was the name of that song? Ain't No Sunshine. Y'all need to go check that out. Don't beat me up too bad, though. It's only about a minute, 25 seconds. It took me forever to figure out how to cut off. I had it up there twice. Let me get this thing figured out and get it up there right. But go check it out at the website on the YouTube channel. Open Mic Broadcast Network. Subscribe. Need to subscribe. Hit the bell notification because we are coming with more videos. I'll put my mug out there and put some other people's mugs out there. And we're going to talk about all things swac, baby. All things swac. All things swac. Because that's what we do. No disrespect to no other conference. But it's about the Southwestern Athletic Conference from top to bottom. I am getting ready to exit stage left. Be sure to visit our website, obnradio.com. Check it out. Let us know what you think. We have listening partner opportunities. You guys might want to become a listening partner. We have a donation button right there. We even have a cash app for you, $, OBN Radio. I got to get out of here, man. But join us next week, 12 noon Central Standard Time. We'll talk about it all again. Don't forget Prairie View taking on Lamar in Beaumont, Texas. Listen live, 4 p.m. Central Standard Time. All you got to do is dial 857-777-0000. I am the radio guy, Dr. Mike Prince. You guys be blessed, and we'll see you on the other side.